Welcome to SUNDOS Communication. This is our exclusive episode, the Oxymoron Show. My name is Asowa Ogenenkaro, and with me here are some of my colleagues who will be joining us on today's show. Now, today's episode, we'll be talking about self-employed businesses in Nigeria, how the economy of Nigeria has pushed so many individuals from the labor market into the self-employed system. We'll be right back. We're taking a short break. See you soon. So guys, welcome back to the show. So self-employed businesses. What comes to the layman mindset when you talk about self-employed businesses is someone who doesn't work under a boss, that works on their own. Like, we have some few businesses that you don't even need the tendency of being called to work or having to listen to a boss complain about your time and all that. You have freedom and luxury of handling your business yourself at any time, any place, any day. So with my colleagues here, we'll be taking few of these businesses in the self-employment industry. So let's hear from Mr. Samuel.
Thank you very much, Ms. Carol, for the opportunity given to me. I'm Osho Summit Adewumi by name. PS is one of the most lucrative business which entrepreneurs are going into that business day by day. Even students can start it, private, anyone can start it. But before you go into the business, you need to have a clear knowledge of the business. You need to know the in and out, so you won't run at a loss. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Samuel.
Right.
Next, we'll be talking about food vendors business. Ms. Ellen, please.
Very much, Ms. Carol, for this opportunity. My name is Cyrus Helen, and I'll be moving on to the next on our list of self-employment jobs you can do in Nigeria, which is food business. There have been a lot of food vendors and restaurants that makes and serve the best quality and fun food. From vendors to restaurant owners, food technology has evolved over the years. Nowadays, Nigerians' food vendors and restaurants have become very popular. In the last few decades, some small and big cities in Nigeria has had so many restaurants.
Thank you, Ellen, for that. We move on to the next one. Ms. Jumoke, please.
Thank you, Ma, for having me here. It's a privilege. My name is Ola Jumoke Elizabeth, and to our next business that entrepreneur now venture into is hairstyling business. So an hairstyling business is a growing business that most entrepreneurs now venture into. There is no limit to the good side of this business and the range of its styles and fashion. What we just need for this business is, the first and important part of this business is the skill acquisition. Just make sure you have the better acquisition of the skill, you know what you want to do with it, and you can flow. Then the managing and the growing of the business can come thereafter. But the first and important part of this particular business is for you to get the skill acquisition. I guess I want to stop here.
That was very wonderful, Ms. Jumoke. Thank you very much. And then the last but not least is Justina, please.
Thank you very much, Ms. Carol, for this opportunity. My name is Anya Justina. There are many ways you can make money from the fashion industry in Nigeria, directly or indirectly. You could go into tailoring or become a clothes vendor. The thing with fashion design is that, irrespective of your age or your status, you need clothes as the basic necessity.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Justina, for that. We'll be going into a question and answer section, but before that, we'll be going on a short break. See you soon. Guys, welcome back to the show. So right now, we'll be taking the question and answer section. For those of you who are about to start a self-employed business, or those of you who are already into the business, there may be some certain things you are wondering about or things that you want answers to. So we'll be taking some of the questions, and my colleagues and I will be giving you answers to those questions. So the first question on our list is, what prompts people to start self-employed business?
There are a lot of things that prompt people into moving into self-employment, but I'll be taking 3 out of those variables. One is lack of job opportunities. In Nigeria, there's less or no job opportunities, so people going to self employment so they can make ends meet, and that's one. Secondly, we talk about passion. Some people might have a good career working for them, like good career job that they make their millions from, but they have passion for this particular employment. They have passion for this particular skill, so they go into it just for the passion about it. And thirdly, we talk about extra funds, like for students in school that you have to focus on your studies and all. You can't go and take a main job, an actual job. You have to take all these side hustles rather, so you can make funds. I think I've answered that to the best of my ability.
Thank you very much for that. So we throw this question to Ms. Justina. What do you think are some of the qualities that anybody who is venturing into a self-employed business should have? Like, for example, now, a person who procrastinates a lot can't go into a tailoring business because tailoring has time frame that you need to execute whatsoever job is given to you. So what would you advise our audience as qualities that one should have if you are going into a self-employed business?
Thank you very much, Ms. Carol. Like, what I would advise people, you should be passionate. Number one, you should be self-driven. You should have communication and networking skills. You should be motivated to do something before you can venture into something. Of course. And you should be disciplined. There should be consistency in what you are doing. Persistency too. You should be involved. That's what I can say.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So another question we have here is, me as an individual, I am already self-employed. I'm already into the business. What can I do that will help me improve myself? Maybe I already started a hairstyling job, and then maybe I do my work for my house, like my customers come over to my place to meet me to make their hair. In what way can I improve myself in that aspect? Ms. Jumoke?
Alright, thank you, Ms. Carol. To improve yourself as an hairstylist, like people come to your house before to like come to your place or work to do their hair or to make their hair, and you're like, okay, you want to improve your standard. There are two ways in doing this thing, or two ways in doing this business. People can come to you and you can go to them. As a matter of fact, going to them will make your work more easier, because you will not only go to them, you make them understand that you coming to them is another charge on its own. So it will help you broaden your income, like make it more higher, like that, to get more profit in the job you do. So through that, you don't have to make them come to you. You go to them and they'll see that as an opportunity to, even before you come or while you're there, they can also attend to some other things, and they'll be so glad to have you around. So there are so many ways to go about it, but I guess that's one of the best ways you can go.
Okay, so you mean our customers are paying extra value for our time by doing that?
Exactly.
Private home service.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a very vital one. Thank you very much. Okay. Mr. Samuel, this question goes to you. So, in self-employed business, you are just a new beginner. And maybe let's say business is not flowing as you expected. How do you grasp the attention of your customers?
Alright, there are many ways, like lots of ways rather, which you can use to grab attention as a newbie. So one of the ways is asking for referrals. Like for example, now if you're an hairstylist, just like Ms. Jumoke said, if you're an hairstylist, you can just ask for referral and tell someone. There's something they call tell someone to tell someone. Like if you are done with it, this is what I do, refer me. You know, through referrals, you gain more people. If you make hair for someone now, then you person tell another person, and another person tell another person. And you see you are getting new customers through that way. Before you know it, your business have already boom. And the second way is networking. You make sure your business have a strong publicity, that people, which will create awareness for the public. You not just be a stagnant or local. You know, if you are doing a business, you must make sure the public is aware. Like we are not in a modern age now, which internet. You understand? Social media. So you create a strong publicity which will be able to share. Like people in the internet can just, you know, order and you do transactions on phone. Then the third one is recontact old customers. Like for example, now a customer did there this week. Now maybe let's say after few like some time, like I just cover good afternoon, I'm just checking up on you. Don't forget maybe that you are checking up on them. You know, they'll just, if you not check up on them, they might just forget that this person is doing it. Because I've seen a situation whereby you, like an hairstylist, did the hair for someone, but later the customer, she didn't check on the customer. So as time goes on, the woman forget that I have regular customer, went to someone else. That way you lose more customers through that. Make sure you contact old customers. Then the last but not the least is doing, like, there's something they call offering discounts to new customers. Like new customers that are coming on, you give them discount that will bring them to come back next time. Because if you give them high bills now, for example, they plated hair of 1,500, you call it 2,000 for them. First time, how will they come about? For example, either you do 2,000, you can just call maybe 1,000 naira. 1,500 for you to they are no for because they are new customer, so you know you are using that to drag them, you are using that to, as an, you know, like hey, you know, that way you get new customer that you be self-employed on your own self. I think
that's because we Nigerians we like cheap things.
Cheap things, you know, especially if you are doing giveaway, you know, they are, for example, you are giving things. You know, the way you are giving things, for example, now if someone come and play then you know what they call item 7. Okay. Like as I play it there now, you get item 7 for there. Item 7 is there. You know, I'm like, let me go down to this shop. You used to give me refreshments. You know, for those that don't understand the meaning of item 7, it means refreshment. So you see now they just bring coke, food, you know those things. You do that like as if they are one kind of important personality. They themselves, they will feel inspired to come to the shop. They'll be like, this person have a good sense of reception. This person is this person know how reception is done. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I think that's all now.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Samuel.
Sorry for cutting short. Before you move on, I would like to teach one more important. Okay. Another way you can get your customers your customers' attention is by being unique. If for example, now I am coming to make hair the first time in your salon, and you gave me exactly what I asked for, like top notch. Even if you ask me to pay 5,000, I will pay. So just to be unique, this is your style. You know how to do this best. You don't do it like every other person. I think that's.
But does that really work in Nigeria system? Because basically during festive period, almost every self-employed company becomes copy and paste. They will see a design and they bring it for you. Sometimes they don't even allow the people in charge of the business to be creative on their own.
There's a difference when you copy and paste and you add your own extra. It makes it different. You copy the general that's going on, but you add your own little detail.
Another thing I would like to put in is just that, you know, it's not only all about this hairstyling business. Actually, generally for the all businesses out there, you just have to get the interest of your customer. Make sure you know their interest. Make sure you know what they want from you. So from there, you're able to put them, like, give them what they want. So at first, make sure you get what they want. So when you're sure of their interest, you'll be able to attend to them very well, very well. It goes to all the businesses. So,
in addition, you promote your expertise. Like the people that are working with you, make sure they, like for example, if you're an hairstylist now, you know you be the boss. You can't be the only one to be doing hair for customer, all the customers. So the people under you, make sure they are professional. Like make sure they are learning more, because learning goes a long way. No one knows everything. So you make sure, even yourself as the boss, make sure you promote, like you make sure you are increasing your level of professionalism. Make sure you are going higher, not that you are just stagnant at one point.
Okay, so we keep learning
every day by day.
Okay, so the last question for this segment is for us individually. What do you think works best in a self-employment system? Is it for an individual to work on their own or to work as a group? For me, I believe, okay, let me use baking and pastries for example. I believe unless maybe you are in a rural area and your scope isn't too wild, you can actually work as an individual. But let me say you are like, let me use which brand, Minimi Chin Chin for example, that their scope is actually all over Nigeria. They sell to all states in Nigeria. So would you advise anybody who is just starting or anybody who has made progress to work individually, or should they work as a team?
I can't advise people just coming up to work. Me as a person, from my own perspective, I can't advise you just coming up to say you want to work here, because you can't achieve the goal alone. There's something they call division of labor. You can't do it alone. For example, now if you're a caterer now, you say you want to be the one that will cook, now do this, that will do that. The person in lifespan will just short because you can't do it alone. You know, you call people, you bring people from different areas of specialization. Like for example now, baking now, people that are going to watch the pan that they used to do the baking is different from people that will mix flour, people that will package it and everything. So really that you won't feel, so it's just that you have to make sure there's a division of labor. Only you can't do everything. You have to employ able hands. Because if you say you should do everything, you just feel, even yourself, you just feel the business is not moving. Because there will be delay in production. The production level, people like the production won't come to the level you're expecting. Thank you.
Okay.
I feel depending on how big your business is, you cannot just employ someone. Now you're just starting a small business, you will run at loss because you have to get money to pay for shop rent and to pay the salary of the workers. So I feel like depending on how big your business, no matter if you are just starting. So I feel like it's how big your business is before you can employ more hands on deck.
All right, I'll have to add to what Ms. Justina just mentioned. To determine whether you will be working alone or working with people depends on the scope of your business. Like how large is it? Is it large scale or small scale business? If you're just starting a business, let's say like an hairstylist now, if I'm just starting a business as an hairstylist, I would at first want to do things on my own. Because fine, I know that getting somebody to help me, maybe getting some assistant to help me, I have to pay the person.
Yeah.
I have to pay where I'm working. As a matter of fact, if I am working on my own, it gives me an advantage to actually build on my own creativity. Like think of more ways to bring profit. So when I now become very large, when my business has now grow up and comfortable, then I can now employ people to come around and come and help me. As a matter of fact, you know, my kind of own business, like this kind of hairstyling business, needs that you can still have people that can come to learn, like come and learn all that. So the type of business you are venturing into and the scope of your business matters. It matters. So from there, you can now decide on what you want to do. Right? That's just what.
Thank you very much, everyone. So we've come to the end of our show. This is SUNDOS Communication. You can drop your comments or your contribution or any questions you have on our platform on YouTube. You can like and subscribe to our channels to keep up to date with our videos or whatsoever topic we'll be bringing to you. Thank you very much and see you next time.
Bye.